This episode's called No Beno, No Problemo. NATO may be, well, we don't need to talk about NATO, but Nate may be joining soon. At some
Welcome
point,
to the
he's,
Cool Cats podcast, the podcast where only cool cats are allowed to be hosts.
you know what, man? This show started with two people. That's all I've ever needed. And it came down to two.
Eat it,
I'm
man.
Alex. With me, as always, Steve in his doop Philadelphia Union kit.
Guess the year. Guess the season. This is
Bimbo.
a big giveaway here.
Oh, gotta be 2000 and I'm gonna say 15, 16.
The answer we were looking for is 2012.
12, man.
2012.
To be honest, did they change the MLS badge? When did they rebrand?
16? Because 2014
2014.
still had the Brazil. Oh,
it went into effect in 2015. Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say, I was like in 24. I remember the 2014 ball, and I swear this badge was on it. But I'll be honest though, I mean, the colors, like this color, I don't know what you want to call this, but
gold.
I think this kit is kind of sharp.
Yeah, they did a pretty good job.
Yeah. The collar's cool. The accents, like where the accents are. I don't know. The colors just kind of work. The bimbo is a bit of a kind of
yeah, it's a bit bimbo-ish.
It's like a big Wonder Bread looking logo on the front of like this color scheme that don't work, but the rest of the kit, I think is nice.
Yeah, I always liked their badge. I think they did a nice job for a kind of an expansion club as it was.
Yeah.
They did a pretty decent job with the badge. I know they kept it circular, but they gave it some character on the inside. So Philly did good.
Yeah.
Where do we begin today? We saw all sorts of
Champo.
stuff.
Yeah, Champo's kind of happened. What else has happened?
Real Madrid out of it all because of a red card. Some may say.
I was reading a report on that game. Literally, it's like they lost because of that red card.
Yeah.
I think on aggregate it was. So Bayern wins. What was it? 6-4 on aggregate. Those last two goals, 5 and 6. The red card happened. Camavinga happened. Yeah, Camavinga had a red card in the 86th minute. And then Bayern scores in the 89th minute, and then the 4th minute of added time to make it 6-4 aggregate to go through. That and the red card was the red card was a second yellow card for time wasting. So that is a costly red card.
I think Arbeloa has come out and said that it was well, I think Jude Bellingham was the one that called it a joke. Arbeloa called it an obvious kind of like critical error or crucial error or something like that.
Wait, a joke in what context? Like a joke? What do you mean a joke?
Jude Bellingham or Jude Bellingham, not Job, saying that it's a joke that second yellow red card was given in the first place at all. Which is something you would say if you just lost.
Right. I didn't see the offense. I didn't see the time wasting, but I'd be curious to see. I'd be curious to see it.
Yeah. There were some people saying that they didn't even think that. Arbeloa said that he didn't think that the referee even knew that Camavinga already had a yellow card. He's like, you can't be giving him out just like willy-nilly. But I don't know. What are you going to do? Rules of the game, I suppose. Question mark. If you're a Bayern Munich fan, that's probably how that comes down to. So what are the semifinals now? We have PSG and Bayern and Arsenal, Atletico. And those are at the end of the month. first leg at
I
least?
believe so. I haven't checked the date of the semis, but it's got to be in the
April
end of the month
28th.
because the final. Yeah, I'll say the final usually happens around like the end of the first week. I think. No, actually,
May
is it
30th.
like? Oh nope, the end of May. Never mind.
Yeah.
Gosh, that is right before the World Cup. That's like 10 days, man. That's like just
Seriously.
under 2 weeks. Or when's the World Cup kick off?
I believe it's June 6th, if I'm not
Oh,
mistaken.
it's way earlier. I was thinking like the 10th. Sheesh.
Let's see. Opening day. Should really know this. I got a lot to talk about that too. It's more BS. June 11th. Excuse me, not the 6th.
Okay.
I was looking at a pregame. There's an England pregame announced. They're doing some tour in Florida. I believe they play on the 6th down Tampa or Orlando.
Jeez.
Play
that's crazy.
The All Blacks, New Zealand.
Chris
Wood.
I'm just gonna assume they say Blummy.
They probably do, but maybe not quite the way you did.
I think it was. I think it's probably exactly like that.
Not very good at it, am I?
Okay, hold on. That was better. Elise is.
Mm-hmm.
I've had. I mean, this sounds hoity-toity because everybody's saying it now. And you'd be like, "Oh yeah, okay, sure, Steve." But I swear, I've always thought Elise was like. I can't. He's such a dangerous player. He's so fast, like silky smooth, quick with the dribble and just in and out. 1 second he's there, 1 second he's not. He is such a dangerous player, and I think it was on full display in this fixture. Got on the score sheet. Social media, I feel like he's causing some pretty big waves in social media. People talking about like how well they rate him and things like that. And there's other managers that have been saying, he's definitely going to be one of like the best. Because I think the dude's only like 22, 23.
Yeah. Does he plays for France, right?
Correct.
He is 24, born in London.
Yeah, I was about to say. I thought he played for Crystal Palace.
Played for Crystal Palace.
Yeah. Born in London. Definitely could have represented England, but
that 94th. Got crazy.
I had a little bit of lag, but sheesh.
All good. Yeah. He's gonna have to step up now that Ekitike is out.
Jeez, man, that sucks, dude. That sucks so bad. I don't know if you've seen it, but he goes from just like kind of like static, like marking a man, and then he just kind of explodes to go, like the guy quickly moves, so he goes to quickly follow him, and something that you've done routinely a billion times in your life, even if you're not a professional footballer, you've done it a million times in your life, and it's just he just goes down immediately and starts grabbing at it, and you're like, I know, what happened.
Yeah, devastating Achilles injury. Could be 6 months, could be up to 9 months. I saw, which would be worst case scenario. I mean, 6 months ain't great, but up to 9 months is a possibility.
I think it could be even more. I mean, it depends on the degree of the tear. If it's full, if it's complete or partial is a big factor. If it's full, then surgery. If it's not a complete tear, then it can avoid. There is a possibility where you avoid surgery, but the recovery, if it is a complete tear, at such for such a high caliber athlete is like I think it's over 12 months. I mean, you might see somebody getting some action.
Yeah.
At like
to be back to regular speed.
Yeah, man, it's such like being like playing and then playing at full capacity. That can be such a long period, and I feel like doctors will tell you that like athletes at this caliber take like 1 to 2 full seasons to come back. It's sometimes like to be 100%, to be 100%.
Right.
So yeah, it just sucks. And you can see because like immediately all the other players that the PSG players come up, they kind of know what's going on. Obviously, everybody knows that what's at stake. Everyone's trying to fight for their place with their respective national teams. To you have the World Cup coming, and you can see he's just kind of like grabbing his face, and he's just like it's kind of sinking in that I'm not going to America, or I'm not going to North America this summer. Like I don't know, it's just kind of all it's like in the moment. You can see it in that video. It sucks.
Yeah. Definitely kind of, I wish Nate was on because I think it adds a new layer to kind of, I think Nate might be a little doom and gloom and call it a terrible season for Liverpool. I mean, they're in 5th place in the table, so they're doing all right. But certainly adds to Arne Slot's kind of squad concerns, if you will. I saw some headlines that he may have spoken out and said that essentially nobody who's on kind of a bigger wage at that club right now is safe, if you will, from a potential move over the summer. Could be kind of a clearinghouse, if you will. Question marks over people like Allison, McAllister, Konate, just to name a few. So could be some changes coming for Liverpool.
Yeah, I mean, I think they have a pretty. I mean, they are in the process of phasing out all those players, from the old guard into whatever the new guard is going to be. The amount of time it takes to do those types of transitions it takes seasons, plural seasons, to do that. So it's not something that's going to happen quickly. It can be painful, you can regress. It's not super direct, the transition from old to new. Salah going, I think, is a nice turning point for them. I think it can be a physical turning point for them in the sense that, like, one of the greatest players of all time, whose output and age is just kind of, his age is caught up a little bit with them. It's not saying he's like a bad player or anything, but the age is caught up, so he's not as sharp. So that prickly situation about how what to do with an aging legend of your club, that's been set to bed now. He's leaving at the end of this season. Andy Robertson's leaving at the end of the season. They can maybe use this as a kind of going into the new. I think it can help. I think it can be helpful.
Yeah. We've got a couple other people like Harvey Elliott is over on loan at Aston Villa. I don't think Emery kind of wants to put him on the bill full time. And then Joe Gomez still has about a year left, I think, on his contract. But I think people like AC Milan, Crystal Palace, I saw were kind of linked with him. So, yeah, there's a club in transition, I think, is the way Slot put it. Kind of, I think you said cyclical. So. It's a cyclical time. But I mean, again, if we look, they're in 5th place, 52 points. They're 3 points off 4th. I mean, a top 4 finish is probably kind of what they always aim for anyway, right? And realistically, in that top 5, they probably make it into Champions League anyway. Don't want to slip any further if you kind of keep Chelsea where they're at. But I think it's not all doom and gloom. It's not the worst season. As I told Nate, you could be Newcastle in 14th place, or you could be Tottenham down in 18th in the relegation zone with 30 points.
I mean, I think it depends on who. I think different people. I think people will disagree with what I have to say, but I think that Liverpool not dragging their feet on this, like, yeah, sure, like the Salah thing had a bit of a stain on the season, but it's been sorted out that he is leaving at the end of the season, as is the question mark over Andy Robertson and like what level of involvement he's in. Like, I think of, for example, like Manchester United and like Wayne Rooney's situation. I feel like that his exit, I feel like the feet were dragged probably on both parts for a while. Got to a point where it was like, felt like in Rooney's later stages of his United career, his appearances were almost like not pity appearances, but like
I know what you mean. Like,
it just wasn't working. They were trying to make it work. He was a center forward striker. Then they tried, like a midfielder because he couldn't do the forward thing anymore.
yeah,
It just didn't really work out very much. So I think a quicker transition can just kind of help maybe expedite the next step.
yep.
You just hope that you have the right people in place in terms of like recruitment, director of football, and things like that that are steering you in the right direction, and doing the homework on who would be good additions to the club, and et cetera, et cetera. I don't know if Slots. I don't know. I think I'm not the only one that has question marks on Slot and if he's the long-term guy. I always hate complaining about managers because unless you have a better alternative, like there's no real sense complaining about a problem that you can't solve. But don't know if Liverpool are 100% behind Slot. It doesn't feel like it.
I mean, the word on the street is that the club is behind him.
I mean,
how
the
many
fans.
times
I
do you
meant the
hear
fans.
that?
I think the club is.
Yeah, I don't think the fans are. Well, I think the fans have questions. Don't want to speak too loudly for them, but I think that they're from the sentiment that I've seen. I saw that there was a video of Slot after their loss to PSG. It was kind of it's like a 3 second clip. So this is a terrible like snapshot in time. He was laughing. People kind of pull from that what they will. But I think just questions. Questions are always there, but questions when you're in that fifth place. And if you do miss out on Champions League football by some sort of collapse at the end, I think they have a couple of, maybe they have like Aston Villa away or something, a couple of games like that that could be tricky towards the end of the season. And it's like things like that that could potentially put him in a tougher spot beyond just the fans, maybe, with the club
Yeah.
then itself, kind of thinking about it because it all comes down to finances for them. But it's like you won the Premier League last year. Like
Right.
it's like
Right.
so quick to forget like success. It's like almost winning the Premier League.
Yeah. It's like a
Yes, it
sales
can
job.
become
Unless you're not
expected.
making money right
Yeah,
now, I don't care what you made
yeah,
yesterday.
exactly. Um, it's you got to remember that you were the champions of the Premier League. You are the champions of the Premier League until the end of the season.
Right.
So
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. We'll see. We'll see what they have cooking up. But yeah, Liverpool out of the Champions League at the quarterfinal stage. Do you have a favorite going into these latter stages of the tournament? If I had to give you an answer as to who I would want to win the Champions League, I would answer, well, yeah, I would say Atletico Madrid. That's who I would want to win.
I was kind of thinking that too. If I had if it was part of my heart was speaking, I suppose I'd say
Yeah.
Atletico Madrid. Weirdly, I wouldn't. I'd be okay with Arsenal winning it and bottling the Premier League.
Well, that'd be funny. That'd be crazy. I mean,
because they
Arteta's
wouldn't
crazy if they
know
win
how
the
to
Champions
act.
League and lose to the Prem.
They'd be like,
Yeah.
we won, but how did we lose that?
I think Arteta would stay.
Oh, I think I mean, I don't fear for his seat in any way.
Bro,
Again,
I don't know.
you think? Again, though, who's better?
If you are the leader of the Premier League for this long and you get to the finish line of the Premier League season, what feels like again, I don't even know how many times it's actually happened, but it feels like this has been more than once. You get to the final hurdle and they don't cross it, then it's like, okay, when that happened the first time, now you have that experience to like be able to build on that or like get past that. But if you just keep getting to the final hurdle and not crossing it, then
something's wrong with you.
are we okay with not crossing the final hurdle, or are we trying to push into something better? I don't know what that better is.
Yeah.
because then if you're trying to push into something better, and turns out then now you're not fighting for the title, that you're fighting for, fourth place or fifth place. You know what I mean? It could be worse. So you run a risk of your plan B not working. But I don't know. I think if he loses the Champions League and does not win the Premier League, I think some serious questions are going to be asked. I think questions have to be asked. Whether or not they'll be answered and he actually gets, they move on, I don't know. But they have to be asked at that point, I think, if he misses out on both.
Yeah. I brought up this headline of, I can't show the video, but Arteta saying that he's on, quote, fire. He was asked about questions, basically, essentially, are you feeling the pressure of potentially losing this Premier League title? And he's just, I'm on fire. I'm on fire. It's a pretty good clip. So, I mean, I guess that goes beyond being on the hot seat if you're just straight up on fire.
He's just on shoot. I think he's under pressure. There's no way you're not. There's no way you're not.
Yeah, I mean, this is the table. 70 points, 32 games played. City's got a game in hand at 64, so theoretically it's 67, 3 points off. And City and Arsenal play each other, I believe, in about 2 weeks or a week time at this point.
You had a substantial lead over your only competition in City. It's been chipped away, and even now, you're at. I mean, sure, you have a game. You've played, a game in hand, but there's 6 points difference, and I guess 6 games still left. 6 or 7 games, depending on who you are. Games left to play. I don't know, man. I don't know what the greatest point their points difference was, but that's a pretty big gap to lose at this point of the season, I think. But who knows?
Yeah.
Man? And especially because City have had a pretty off-tempo year. I mean, City, we're out
How
of
many
the
times have we
Champions League.
said that? They've had an off-tempo year, and then they're within 3 points, essentially, of a title.
I mean, it's not like them having an off-tempo year doesn't discount them as a good team. I mean, they're still a great team. They just, aren't treble winners this year. You know what I mean? They're just not treble winners this year.
Right.
But
isn't it funny? They're not treble winners. They're, maybe not even Premier League winners this year. But there's no talk of, well, I'm sure there's some discussion, but there's not a lot of heavy talk, loud conversations about Pep leaving.
Yeah, I think Pep. I think Pep leave. I mean, I think the general consensus is probably this too: is that Pep leaves before City forces him out.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever that departure happens, I think Pep will be the one to initiate it before, or maybe see out a contract and not renew versus getting sacked. I think that's how it's going to go, and I feel like most people probably also think that. City seem to be the City hierarchy seem to be quite smitten with Pep and have no qualms with that. Pep has probably been the one who has shown maybe growing tiresome or wanting to move on to whatever's next. But yeah, Lisbon, Arteta, a tactical genius, playing out a 0-0 draw with Lisbon. Was that at the Emirates? Okay. And then Bayern at home today. Yeah, Bayern was at home today. Atletico beating Barcelona, I think, is a pretty big statement too, to be honest.
What's La Liga, right?
I think before we see La Mesa, the table, a little Spanish for you. I think. Oh shit! I actually thought Real Madrid was up on top. To be honest,
9 points.
I didn't think it was by much, but yeah, an Atletico. Oy, oy, oy. What a season! 57 points. Good God.
Lord.
Oh, Lord. We could throw in a blimey.
Crikey, even.
Yeah, it's. I mean, that's a saving point, saving grace for them. If they can make it, I mean, I think at this point, making it to the semis is quite the statement. But obviously, no one ever get to the and not see it all the way through. But I think the semis for Atletico is strong. There was a time when Atletico was making it consistently to what seemed to be the final, or the semis. Those are probably, I don't know, 7, 8, 9, 10 years in the past, maybe 12 years in the past, but that's good to see them back at that level. I would say probably resoundingly the underdog of going into the semis, I would say.
I was just going to actually say that, you might call them an underdog, but I would say that it's a favorable matchup.
Yeah, them against PSG, you think?
For a final?
Oh, is it? Wait a minute.
They're playing Arsenal in the semis.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah, it's Bayern PSG.
I think if Atletico take it to them, I don't think Arsenal will cope. I think Arsenal really like to be in control, and it's when you press them aggressively, they start to panic, especially in the back. They start to panic, and the cracks form pretty quickly. You just need to press them quick and aggressively, and I think Atletico can do that. If they try to be, if they try to play, if they approach the game in the sense that like not to be the first one to make a mistake, I think Arsenal will win that fight. But if they just drop hesitation and just go for them, I think Arsenal crumble.
Okay, you heard it here first. Saliba and Gabriel to give up 2 own goals. under pressure.
You did hear it here first.
Right. So in the Premier League, shall we go back? Back down to the bottom. This is the real story. Tottenham, 30 points. 18th place, West Ham 32, and Forest at 33. I mean, this is going to get interesting. It's a roll of the dice, I think, for anybody. I actually worked with somebody who was a Spurs fan, put across a stat to me today that they have not won a game in the Premier League this calendar year. Lots of draws.
Okay.
They had some wins in the Champo, but they have not won a game in the Premier League this calendar year.
So they've won, so all 7 of their wins come from 2025, right?
Correct.
So 2025, the tail end of 2025 wasn't going too hot for them. 2026 is just even worse.
Yeah.
That is, man, I have a lot of different impulsive thoughts on this. I think it's refreshing for football to see. I don't know if Tottenham are considered some of the not like elite level, but like I'd say they've got solid money. A state-of-the-art stadium. They've been to a Champions League final. But to see them having real potential in being relegated, it's something else. I mean, obviously, like Tottenham were down there was it last season or was it the season before? But Tottenham were down there recently.
Yeah, last season.
United
almost got that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I would be curious to see if there's in the future there's any like case studies or anything that pinpoint, like make like a timeline of like where it went wrong for Tottenham. Because I'd love to see like a rear view analysis of how Tottenham got to this point. Because I never would have guessed. I don't think anybody would have guessed ever that Tottenham would be in these positions. Obviously, disregarding the other result, like if you'd asked them or even their previous poor finish, I don't think anybody would have guessed that.
Yeah. I don't know what you can see the disaster that is happening on the pitch. But the other thing, this Spurs fan that I work with brought up was some ESPN article that was, in his words, was like a good actual deep dive into how they are a team full of people who don't pass, a critical part of the game, but a team full of people who, maybe are individualistic or do more dribbling, try and take one-on-ones, aren't so much into that connected kind of passing game. And I half jokingly said that, who knew that Harry Kane coming deep for interlink play was what was keeping you up? But maybe it was. Maybe it was something like that.
It's definitely something. I think he had some off-field togetherness, like brought the off-field adhesion that he had provided for that team. I mean, they've scored 40 goals, conceded 51. They have a goal difference of -11. After 32 games played, you have 30 points. For someone at the caliber of Tottenham, that is pretty shocking. Attacking the front, the attacking players really need to be, I think it's easy to shoulder some blame on them. I mean, I don't even know how you would how to come at that one. I mean, the strikers aren't scoring so much as they need to, but are they getting, I'd be curious on chances created. Is it just, is it chances are being created, but the strikers aren't finishing? I'd be curious on possession. I'd be curious on possession, and I'd be curious on chances created. Oh, you have these. Oh. We'll talk amongst myself.
In the last 10 games, Tottenham's possession has fluctuated, ranging from 30 to high 60s, depending on the opponent. High 60 was Burnley, low 30 Man U on February 7th.
That's quite a disparity.
Averaging roughly 47% over the last 10 matches.
It seems to be a pretty wide spectrum there. They're not dominating game. I mean, if they are dominating games, it's very sporadic. And when they do, in terms of possession, we're not even talking about chances created or goals scored or whatever. But pass accuracy. Oh, that's Champions League.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I'm just curious on, now that we know that their possession is pretty sporadic, are their chances created also sporadic, or are they more consistent, or are they just consistently low? I don't know, but chance created,
might be the article. It's not the best piece of information.
Yeah, it's a bit too deep dive individualistic. I'm not looking for like an overall statistic, but I'll let you keep digging. We'll see if you can find it or not, but don't sweat too much over it. But I think it'll be interesting. If there's not been already, there surely will be some sort of articles going into where it went wrong for Tottenham, and I am very curious to see somebody smarter than myself piece that all together and in a digestible article that I can read. Because name to me another big club that have, I'm not saying they've gone down, but let's just say have gone down. United got close. I don't think
but at the time we weren't high flying for a long time before that happened. So
I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy what's happening at Tottenham. I don't think, and it's funny. I remember I watched that podcast with the overlap when they brought on Ange Postecoglou and they were interviewing him, and they were asking him about just kind of like the mentality at Spurs, and he says he confirmed that, what did he call it? Like they said, they just kept describing it as like Spursy, but like this like insecurity failure to capture big moments, just kind of like a lot of self-doubt kind of mentality. He said 100% it's true. It permeates through the whole club. He's like, I tried to do my best and correct that and steer that ship a different direction. But he's like, I think he was like, it comes from the board too. So he's like, I was fighting a lot and I wasn't able to get the stamp on it that I really wanted to. And it didn't work out. But he basically confirmed that like what everybody else feels about Tottenham is like, he's like, yeah, that's how it is. I was there on the inside. That's how it is.
Right.
Which is bananas. That's crazy. To invest like so much into a new White Hart Lane, it's crazy. I think that stadium was $1 billion. No,
it was close. I saw a video that was it was poking fun at Tottenham if they go down to the championship. It's like all those kind of clubs going into the new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and it was Borat going "Wow, wow, we wah, very nice."
I am looking up the price of the cost of the stadium. It did. I was right. It cost approximately £1.2 billion to build. Where did they get that
building
money?
Essentially on the site of the old one.
Where did they get that money?
Well, a nice Spotify deal.
Did they? They have a Spotify deal? Oh. Dude, I mean, it's not like they're winning, they're not winning anything, really,
They got
They won the, Carabao or EFL Cup or something like that last two, they won some. Well, the Europa League. Sorry, it was the Europa League. That's what it was. They won the Europa League. Unless the prize money from the Europa League is a bill. It's not. I know that. That was a rhetorical question.
They financed their new stadium through long-term debt, refinancing bank loans into a huge package. Scary.
Sounds dicey.
Secured against future revenue streams. So if they go down, they might actually be screwed.
Is that what one would call default?
Hopefully, I don't think it. Well, if they, pull a Sunderland and start really falling, then yes. But one would think they might bounce right back. But yeah, they did some actually nice financial maneuvering, secured very low interest rates and long-term payment plans. Lots of debt, but over a long period of time, and saying over that course of time, we'll definitely make £1 billion. So,
jeez Louise, man, that's a
lot of based on a success.
Yeah. That's bananas. Holy smokes. I wonder if Daniel Levy saw the writing on the wall and bounced. I don't know if he still serves the club in some capacity, just no longer like the chairman. But he's no longer El Jefe. But I wonder if he is he's wearing a different hat there, or if he just straight up abandoned ship. But interesting timing.
Yeah. What's going on in the world?
U.S. Open Cup. We had a couple of upsets in the Open Cup.
Did we indeed?
We had who won? I think the Switchbacks, the Colorado Switchbacks beat somebody 3-0. Was it MLS
Sporting
side?
KC.
Yeah, they beat Kansas City. Beat Kansas City 3-0, and also Louisville FC beat, I believe, Austin FC. I think it was like 2-1. So that was 2 USL championship teams beating MLS sides. Detroit City hosted Chicago Fire. Yeah. They lost 2-1, so they're out. But I think in the round of fixtures yesterday, there were 2 cup sets.
Wow. New England Revolution had to go to penalties against Rhode Island. which is also in New England for those of you new to the program.
I'll
Same
say you
thing
never
had
learn
to
anything
happen.
on this podcast.
Right. Minnesota had to go to penalties with Sacramento Republic FC. So
there's fixtures going on live as we speak. Charlotte. I was just gonna say Charlotte's
playing Charlotte Independence.
Yeah, Charlotte's barely beating out Charlotte Independence. Then rebrand. What am I looking at here? Looking at some other ones. Chattanooga tying against Atlanta United. Any other cup sets here? No, but they're close. I mean, there's some that like MLS sides are winning against their lower opposition, but not by huge margins here.
Yeah.
Orlando City FC beating FC Naples 1-0. I don't know. I always think the Open Cup is interesting. In terms of American soccer, I think the US Open Cup's probably the preferred platform, even though they nerfed it MLS nerfed it a few years ago by, what did they make it? Like MLS sides are no longer required to bring out their first teams for Open Cup games. Get out of here, bro.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
What is the other MLS news? Messi, some lawsuit.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that.
I believe a $7 million lawsuit.
Yes.
It's maybe not MLS related. Messi is being sued by the Miami-based event promoter who says that the soccer icon violated the terms of a $7 million contract by missing an exhibition match last year. It was a breach of contract against Messi, and the Argentine Football Association in Miami-Dade Circuit Court filed last month.
That's crazy, man.
I don't know. He was supposed to play one of the friendlies last October against Venezuela and Puerto Rico.
That's nonsense.
He was supposed to play for at least 30 minutes in each match unless he was injured. He watched the 1-0 win against Venezuela on October 10th from a suite at South Florida's Hard Rock Stadium. The next day, Messi scored 2 goals in Inter Miami's 4-0 win over Atlanta. And then he played in Argentina's 6-0 win over Puerto Rico.
Here's a crazy concept. I don't think those types of contracts should even exist. You're talking about an athlete, bro. You're talking about a professional athlete who has to manage his workload. He's 39. He's about to be 30. He turns 39 this summer.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
he is 39.
Is he? No, he's born in 85. No, he's born in 87. He's born June of 87.
You're right. 38. June 24th is his birthday. Yeah. Happy birthday.
So, managing his workload, has a World Cup. Obviously, these are from past season, but I just think I think those X amount of minutes or X amount of appearances, those types of contracts with like people. Well, I guess that's a sport contract, isn't it? Like, you get like extra bonuses if you make so many appearances for the. Yeah, but those are different type of contract. You make.
I don't know how much Messi was in the contract, as the Argentine Football Association was in it, and now Messi's wrapped up as part of it. Argentina, their football association probably said, yeah, sure, Messi will play 30 minutes each time. And then he had no idea about it, and it came to the one game, and he said, I'm not playing. They said, okay.
I just think those types of contracts, like those types of situations where the other parties get butthurt about that. I was like, that's a bad deal. Like that type of deal shouldn't really exist, because you have zero control over if he's hurt or anything else. So from my novice business acumen, I think that seems like a bad deal.
Right.
And it's
I do enjoy the fact that he hangs out at the Hard Rock in Miami, the guitar-shaped hotel. It's just one of us.
Yeah. Bro shops at Publix, goes to Hard Rock Cafe.
Yeah.
One of us.
One of us. Gianni Infantino says Iran will for sure be at the tournament. TBD on that. We are, 2 months out?
When did he say that? Today?
I think we're fairly, today or yesterday. Yeah.
I haven't seen that. Sheesh.
There's big discussion and debate, and adding on to our discussion that we had last week about the transportation options for people trying to get to games, especially at MetLife Stadium here in New Jersey, where the final will be. People are going to be charged $100 each way on the train just to get there. It's out of control. The local politicians have all started coming out now saying that ain't it, chief. But I don't know.
Might be too little, too late. I don't know what you're gonna do in a month's time.
It's a messy thing, and I'm doing a disservice to this conversation by not really understanding who necessarily put forward that $100 price tag or what it may be,
Right.
if it's the low. But by the way, like governors and stuff are coming out and saying no. I would say maybe not the state, but the state also runs the New Jersey Transit somewhat, at least has a hand in it. So I don't know. I think there were a lot of deals probably made a long time ago.
Yeah, probably.
That now people are like, well, hey, we got to make some money. So I don't know. Either way, the fans are getting built in many, many ways. I had a gander at some of the ticket prices again. And they're still astronomical. So might just buy a nice QLED TV, call it good. Pretend that the tournament's in Mexico.
Oh my God, yeah. Honestly, bro, it's oh my goodness. I would love to see, and I'm sure this probably already exists, but it hasn't come across my desk yet. I'd love to see a video, like a video that just gets straight to the facts with numbers about how much this World Cup, not just the World Cup tickets cost, like per group or per stage of the tournament, but like I want to know about the secondary costs as well, because like like that game you can't park there, or sorry, is that true? You can't park there? You have to take public transportation?
Correct.
Like that. The fact that they're not allowing you to drive there, you have to take public transportation, so they're bottlenecking you into one option. Well, you can either take public transportation or take like an Uber or taxi, whatever. So they're bottlenecking everybody to go through the one of two options, and then they've taken those one or two options and increased those prices by X amount. And I would just love to see that all in a nice, like, easy to digest format or platform that just really highlights how ass backwards and ridiculous it all is, because you see all these little blurbs and snippets on social media, but like honestly, I don't know. I've gotten to the point with AI that I don't even know. I don't believe anything on social media anymore. I'm like, man, anybody could have just made this. Like, what's this based in?
Yeah. And I think that's again my disservice to the conversation, but it's hard to find that information about, like, okay, well, who's saying that this needs to be this much?
Yeah.
Why is it all going to be like this?
Yeah.
I can understand market pricing and all that kind of stuff, but it just feels out of control.
Bro, it feels gross. It feels gross, bro.
It feels like I should have just gone to the one in Qatar.
Especially when you look at the price comparisons between the World Cup that was in Qatar versus the one that's in our backyard.
Right.
Like,
that's the thing. I looked at games that were in like Mexico City, and I was like, it potentially could be a better atmosphere. Especially like a Mexico South Korea game in Mexico City. That would be a pretty good game. And the ticket prices rather were fairly similar to what they would be 20 minutes down the road for me. It's like,
yeah, bro.
I don't know. Would that feel more like a World Cup? I don't know.
I think it's going to be. I think the World Cup this summer is going to be. Obviously, it's going to be huge. It's going to be a huge party. I don't know. I wonder what like the the aftertaste is going to be of the World Cup, like when it's all over. Like, you're kind of left, like once the confetti's down and the tournament's over and you've got the new seasons have kind of started, you kind of left with a lasting impression of how that World Cup kind of was. And you can kind of you can pinpoint the flavors from like each one, like, oh yeah, 06 was like this, or 10 was like this, 02 was like that. I wonder what 26 is going to be like. Is it going to be an overall positive, or is it going to be something different? I don't know. All of this pre World Cup talk and buzz reminds me of Qatar, because I remember there being a lot of negative press with Qatar, and the employees that were building the stadiums and housing and all those types of things. And they were, remember those talking about how to do it in the winter? They were talking about making air conditioned enclosed stadiums.
Yes.
Remember all that stuff? All that nonsense?
Yes. They were going to do like air conditioning over the
Yeah,
stadium.
dude. When they were trying to make summer work, they were proposing air conditioned stadiums. And we're all just looking on the outside like, bro, what are we doing? Why is it even in Qatar in the first place? And then Russia was before that. I don't really remember Russia being really that negative, to be honest. I think that was
problematic because of the leader, but
right. The leader was
2026.
Yeah, I think the leader for most part was staying within their lane at that point in time.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. We'll see. I'm excited for it. I mean, it's difficult. I'm like, I kind of want to. You hear these people that talk about boycotting it. You're like, bro, I get it. I want to too. But then it's like,
it ain't happening.
I'm not gonna.
Right. I think just it's like a poor sentiment leading into it, and I've tried to I have these conversations, I have these talks, and thoughts, and I go, they're going to ruin the World Cup. And then I go, no, they can't. Like, it's still going to be a good tournament and everything. But I think what you said, the aftertaste might be the bit that comes off a little bit bitter. I mean, even for the U.S., heading into it, just objectively, the U.S. men's national team is in pretty poor form. I mean, they did not look good in the warm-up games, but they didn't look good in them against teams that were pretty decent. The U.S. men's national team, I think they had a sporting director just recently stepped down months before the event.
Cool.
The ticket price is out of control. Tailgating is banned, which is just like a kind of culture thing,
Yeah. I mean, the ticket price is out of control is like, that is like the most nicest way to put it.
Yeah. Gouging.
To a level that I don't think anyone's ever seen before.
Yeah.
Unparalleled.
Well, you should just put it into perspective that, like, there's England kind of warm-up matches, and they're World Cup warm-up matches, so they're not going to be high quality. But in Florida, you can go down to one of the games for $114.
That's kind of a lot, I feel like, for like a. But I mean, obviously cheaper compared to the World Cup, but like.
But okay, whatever. $114. Go see your team. You can live with that. It's really hard to sell like $800.
Dude, 800 is like
cheap. And say you wanted to bring your kid or something. It starts getting into silly money. But yeah, and then the public transportation stuff is just going to be a bit of a disaster. I think it's going to be for certain places, obviously. I'm kind of focused on the one here because of the geography, but it's not a place built for that.
No.
You can't build or, showcase stadiums that are 30 minutes outside cities or city limits or whatever it may be, but not maybe on a main line, subway line or something like that, and then.
Yeah. The astronomical ticket prices, the no tailgating, so you can't even like pre-party before you get into the stadium. We're not even talking about like hotels in the surrounding areas of these venues, like what those costs are going to be, like, and how many times over they've increased their prices. Ubers and Lyfts within those areas, and how much just any restaurants and how they're upcharging. It's sure you may expect some degree of price increase due to this, which, okay, let's just accept that, which can be a different conversation. But for the sake of this one, let's just accept that that increases are normal. The level at which they are increasing, we're not even talking about the ticket prices. We're talking about secondary costs, the hotel, the lodging, the flights, the rental cars, et cetera, is if the tickets didn't take out a second mortgage on your house, all of these secondary costs are gonna.
Yeah.
Like I just don't know, and that's just going alone. That's just going alone as one person. How are you going with your friends? Are you going with your family? You trying to like? Who's the target market?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it's not the working class anymore.
Yeah, I feel like it was something that was supposed to showcase like America as a kind of optimistic soccer nation once again, and
I don't know, man. I don't know if you're going to get
to be that.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to get that. You're going to hear. It's interesting. You hear about Landon Donovan talking about what his next endeavor, his next frontier, and what he's trying to tackle. He's talking about youth footy. People have been talking about the problems with youth footy in America for it seems like years and years. But I mean, I think I don't know, man. You're getting it. I don't know. They're trying to. I think they want to really showcase like how much our stadiums have improved. We have soccer specific stadiums now since the last World Cup that we've hosted, which was back in '94. We've grown so much as a nation in terms of footy evolution. With the stadiums, we have higher caliber players playing in Europe, Champions League, high, credible levels of play in Europe. Look at us now, but it's like, yeah, but look at the end product still. Yeah. Look at the end product of like, you have, you obviously have money. Like, look at these stadiums. We can't, you can't dispute that you don't have money, but you can't buy results.
Right.
And we can't produce results. We can't figure out a way to produce results.
Yep. For what it's worth, it's about all the same pricing and everything in Canada and Mexico as well. So it's
that's interesting.
Bit of a FIFA thing too.
Yeah. Oh, I just forgot.
Probably largely a FIFA thing.
Is there like 15 nations of the World Cup that like their fans are like legit banned from even entering the US? Yes. Like they can't even.
Yeah.
15 out of 40. That's like over 25%. Over 25% of the host nation's fans are like legit not invited to this party. Your team is, and you have, and the team members, I've seen reports of having to pay like 15 grand in like entrance fees or like certain waivers to be able to play in the tournament. Like, Lord knows if that's true, credible. Like I said, it came from social media. So, but I don't know, man. It's crazy.
It's crazy out there. We're gonna end on a lighter.
Let's end on. Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do a little Great Scott. The most exciting league in Europe.
I don't know if this is. I thought you said you want to end on a nice note. This one makes me nervous.
It makes me well for other people. It's good.
That's true.
Lawrence Shanklin back on the score sheet for Hearts. Good news.
Jeez, man, look at that.
Hearts at 70, Rangers 69, Celtic at 67. It's all happening. Could switch at any moment.
Any moment. What are the fixtures coming up for? Can we see just like the next? Can you do fixtures by round, not by team?
Yeah,
we should be able to. So the next round of fixtures, I am just curious here. Celtic Hearts versus Rangers. Oh wait, no, that's too soon. Or two.
Hearts and Hibs, Rangers, Motherwell.
Rangers, Motherwell, interesting. Motherwell in fourth place, so that's a strong side to be playing against. Dude, May 4th is huge.
Hearts, Rangers, Celtic, Hibs. It's not a bad game too. Hibs are good.
No, it's not. But Hearts Rangers is going to be massive.
Mm-hmm.
We have to beat. I mean, obviously, it goes without saying that we have to win all of our games. But we win that day.
Celtic Rangers after.
What's the best case scenario for Celtic for that Rangers Hibs game? Or I'm sorry, Rangers Hearts game. Do I want them both to tie, or do I want? I definitely.
I mean, I guess it comes down to what happens this coming weekend, right? If you get a Rangers and Hearts kind of draw, or one of them drops points, then you're definitely looking for.
I definitely want them both to tie.
Yeah, I would say Hearts and Rangers tying kind of leaves you in a good spot.
I want them both to tie because I want Hearts to win the. I mean, not in this order, but I want Hearts to win the league or us to win the league. I don't want there to be any other alternative. So. Rangers winning.
All right, well then in this match you want Hearts to win.
Yeah. No. Wow, crazy, man. Yeah. Isn't it's getting nuts.
Yeah. That's fun.
It is. It's good. It's what football's about.
All right. It's what it's about, mate. It's what it's about. Should we do a little trashy tease and call it good?
Yeah, let's run it.
Premier League matches.
I think mine. Sunderland beat Tottenham. Leeds beaten United. I thought that was an interesting one. Did we get all of them, or someone's didn't come through last?
Mine did not come through.
Oh, Alex. What was yours?
Because I chose.
You remember?
Yes, I chose Newcastle to win.
I'm not laughing at that. I don't know what I'm laughing at, actually.
It's okay. You can laugh. All right. So this weekend we've got Brentford, Fulham, Leeds, Wolves, Newcastle, Bournemouth,
Tottenham, Brighton. Derby.
Yeah, Chelsea, Man U, Forest, Burnley, Villa, Sunderland, Merseyside Derby, City, Arsenal, Crystal Palace, West Ham.
City, Arsenal. That's the one. That's probably the one, eh?
Yeah.
At least everyone's going to say it's the one. Chelsea United. Two teams both kind of having a not super great time.
Yeah.
Kind of some off pitch. Yeah, kind of some off pitch stuff that they'd rather not be dealing with, I feel like each of them. Gosh, nothing's like calling my name. I want to say Chelsea over United, but like that's not my trash take. That's just how I feel about that game. City versus Arsenal. I really don't know how it's going to go. I don't know who's going to turn up on the day. Villa Sunderland is kind of spicy. Kind of spice. Forest Burnley. You know what? No, we're gonna do Villa Sunderland. Who wins this game? Probably. I'm gonna go with Villa. I want to look up a little bit of info, but I am gonna go with that. Villa do play a game tomorrow in they play Bologna.
Ooh, Bologna.
Yeah, Bologna in the Europa League quarterfinal. Forest also play tomorrow. They play Porto. And Crystal Palace also play. They play Fiorentina in the Conference League. So those are three Premier League sides that are going to have a fixture just a couple of days before weekend action. Gosh, does that change my answer? I think it does. I'm going to go ahead and say Sunderland beat Villa.
Ooh. Flip flop, snip snap.
Yep, snip snap, snip. I'm not super strong on that one, but that's just what we're going to go with.
All right, it's locked in. I've got Newcastle beating Bournemouth, which is a trash take because I can't remember the last time Newcastle A won a game or beat Bournemouth. Steve has Sunderland topping Villa.
It ain't going to be by big margin. It's going to be like a 1-0.
That's all you need sometimes.
Yeah.
You're here first.
Yeah. All right, friends. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Cool Cats podcast. Don't know when the next episode of the Cool Cats podcast is going to be because we've got Swift Kicks is back on next week.
Well, I don't know about Nate. See if he's heading out to jolly old England.
Oh yeah.
We'll see if he can join.
I was going to abuse it.
That's worth just ending things.
That's funny.